So today was a pretty amazing day. I got things accomplished. I'm working on criminal law right now, which shout out to Professor Walker at Thurgood Marshall School of Law. I remember these rule statements. Murder, the unlawful killing of a human being with malice aforethought. Like, these are grained in my brain. Thank you, Walker. Thank you. Secondly, sometimes during this process, you do need a moment to yourself. Every moment cannot be, okay, rephrase. Every moment, it's called bar balance, and that's what I'm gonna call it here, bar balance. Being that this is my second time around, and we'll get to that on an introduction, you know, down the line, but I did my 10 to 12 hour days, and I'm still putting in the same time and effort that I put in before. However, it's more directed, it's more focused this time. Nonetheless, I took today to take care of Toya. And I am a music lover. Just a little background. When they ask you what do you want to be when you grow up, when you're very young, it had to be elementary school, I'm pretty sure. They said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to be a superstar singer. And I've written songs. I've had my songs actually put on tracks. I've tried out for American Idol 3 times to no avail, but we'll talk about that later. That's another story. I've tried out for The Voice, and I've always been one to go for what I want to do. But back then, when I said, I'm going to be a superstar singer, and basically, in my mind, before Beyonce was Beyonce, I was going to be Beyonce. Okay? But my mom always said, make sure you have a backup plan. And I don't know what it was. My mom watched a lot of Law and Order, like crime shows, and like I've always had it was always, okay, my backup plan is to be a lawyer. And then it got away from me for a while, you know, living life and going through, trying to pursue my first dream of being a superstar singer, which isn't going anywhere. You'll hear some things coming up soon on this channel, because singing is my outlet, and you'll hear a little bit here and there. But I said I want to be an attorney. I didn't know what that was. At the time, I didn't know. I just knew I was going to be in a courtroom. I wanted to be in a courtroom. I wanted to be like the people I saw on TV, defending individuals and giving them a true, you know, true representation. I didn't know what that meant then, but as I grew up in the South Omaha projects. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, and I saw so many of our brothers and sisters being railroaded, I guess would be the word, because of lack of knowledge or lack of income, or just really lack of income, to be honest, to afford an attorney. And I always feel like there's an issue with that. And then when I came here to Texas, I did an independent research paper on, well, I did an independent research paper, but through my research, I found that there is a serious bail reform issue here in Harris County. I think it's being worked out now that we have new judges in office, I mean, in the courtrooms, and they are ready to make these changes, because being poor should not be a crime. And if you get arrested, you shouldn't be having to sit out, lose your job, have all this stuff on, you know, on your record simply because you couldn't afford to pay bail. I know there are some serious crimes out there in which, yeah, bail needs to be required, right? Like, I understand that. But also, I do want to say that more often than not, people are sitting in jail because they simply can't get out. They simply don't have the support system or resources to get out, which creates a long-term issue because they now have this thing on their record that they pled to simply because they were trying to get out. And now they have this on their record. They may have been working at the time and lost their job because they weren't able to come to work, or, you know, who wants to get a phone call from somebody, from an employee to say, a collect call. First of all, if they answer, right? But if you're trying to do the right thing and you call and you try to let them know what's going on, at the end of the day, if you're working for a company and you go to jail, more often than not, it's likely that you won't have that job after whatever occurrence. Where if they would allow individuals to get out on their own recognizance, then they would be able to still go to their job and handle their legal matters outside of the jail. Again, poverty is not a crime, and it should not be punished in that way. Nonetheless, I went off on a tangent here. That may happen here or there. Sometimes I get deep because of the law. Like, I really get chills, like, ready to be that plaintiff's attorney, be that person that provides the justice, provides the representation for those who may not be able to afford, or I just see so many things. But nonetheless, back to what I was saying, you need to have bar balance. And the way I found to do that is I carved out this little bit of time. I won some free tickets through Live Nation for Danity Kane. I never win anything. I was shocked when I got the email saying I got tickets. So I was like, oh, that's a sign. So when I got the email, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and grind this out, get these hours in for this study, get these questions done, review, so that I can have this moment of time to go ahead and enjoy the night. And I had an amazing time. I got to see Danity Kane. I watched them from when they were first on the show on reality TV with P. Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call them now. And I've watched them grow. They are very talented. Aubrey, Dawn, Fannin, they're all awesome. And tonight was awesome. I love live music. I heard the vocals are real. These girls can sing. And it felt good. It felt really good. So now I'm home. It's starting to rain and I'm a little like, oh, where's my umbrella in the car? But, so I did that today. I was able to go ahead and enjoy my time at the concert. And because I'm such a music lover, I was able to go ahead and get a new deck today. I'll tell you, that's a whole nother story time again. I had an issue when I got my car where my aux cord wasn't working right. I had to like rig it up to make it work because it was loose. That's how it came like that. Like, you know, that's what you get when you get a used car. Fine. But it was very frustrating for me because music is life and that is my outlet. So I was able to go ahead and get a new deck where I don't need an aux cord. It's Bluetooth and there's so many other features I still have yet to figure out. But let me just share with you all what I got. Isn't that freaking beautiful? It's just beautiful. There's like options and stuff. Like, hold up. I'm still learning. And I can touch it with my nail. Isn't that awesome? I mean, I don't know. That's just a girl thing, I guess. But there's so many different things on here. Screen adjustment, like, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. But I'm so blessed that I was able to go ahead and get this done. I'm enjoying being in my car even more now. Like, I just love it because it's just great. But nonetheless, another night. I'm back to work tomorrow, my 24 hours of the weekend, where majority of that time will be spent studying. So I feel good knowing that I enjoyed myself tonight. I got to see some awesome talent. I got to, you know, vibe out with the crowd, dance a little bit in my own little zone, and hang out with a friend. So it was pretty cool. Great night. Bar balance. This bar break was amazing. And now we are going back to bar study. These videos will become very far and few in between until I am pretty much done with the bar. This time is critical. The bar is coming up in February. 3 days, 13 hours of bar law that I am trying to retain and gain as much as I can. But I just want to tell y'all, I'm having a great time through this process, and I'm having a great time sharing this process with you all. See y'all later.